Hi everyone, and welcome to Herzography. In this video, I just want to do a little basic comparison. And that basic comparison is, what is the difference between a panorama head and a video fluid head? And so let's take a look at those similarities and differences and see what might work best for you. All right, so here we go. In looking at a panorama head first, a panorama head has one movement going forward and backward. So as you can see, I'm just doing that. I'm going forward and back, and then it has tension and locking. So those are the basic functions of a panorama head. You are able to, turn on the bottom for repositioning. And in this particular case, because this is a panorama head and not a ball head, you can use this for shooting panoramas, which you can't on a ball head. But on a pano head, you can do that. But the basic functions are, of course, the recomposing from the bottom, but tilting front and back. Now, when you go to a fluid head, how is that different? Well, a fluid head has the same thing. You can turn it on the bottom, and then you tilt forward and backward. Forward and back. There is no side to side on fluid heads, and that's the same for this other fluid head here. It has the panning on the bottom or repositioning, and then we can tilt forward and backward. It's a little bit harder to do with the fluid in there, but there you can see the basic differences. So when you take a look at the two heads and you say, well, I want to tilt back and forth, I want to be able to turn, and I need tension control. Well, the tension control on a fluid head is the fluid itself. There is no separate control on this particular head. There are on fluid heads that are a lot more expensive, but right now I'm just taking a look at this head, either one of these heads, fluid heads, compared to a panorama head. And so in a comparison like that, they are very similar. You will notice that these two heads both have Arca compatible locks on the top. So the clamps are Arca compatible, which is great, as opposed to this one that has the whole plate assembly has been removed. I've had to put a different plate assembly on top, as well as a different clamp to make this one work the way I need it to versus the way it's initially set up for, which would be for a videographer that has a Manfrotto clamping system. So this one now is kind of going to the side, and just looking at these two, as you can see, fairly similar in size. I think the fluid head weighs maybe a few ounces more than the Acratech, but they both have the Arca compatible clamp on top, and we're going to do a really in-depth comparison on both of these in the next video. But right now, because they have the same movements and the same functions, so which one is going to be the better head for doing landscape photography, and we'll take a look at that real soon. Thanks, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye for now.